Be sure to order your copy of the Go-Go Offense by Coach Brennan Marion on footballgameplan.com/GoGoOffense. Coach Marion goes through the ins and outs of his explosive offense, one that's tearing up the college football field and putting a lot of points on the scoreboard. Again, you can order your copy at footballgameplan.com/GoGoOffense. Welcome to footballgameplan.com, where football makes sense. I'm Emory Hunt, the czar of the playbook. As a College Football Hall of Fame voter, today in Midtown Manhattan, we had the 2019 College Football Hall of Fame induction ceremony. And one of the guys that got inducted into the Hall was one of the most dynamic and most dangerous playmakers college football has ever seen, and he came out of Notre Dame.
The Rocket will take it at his 12.
Now time for him to break one.
Got a big hole, and he may do it right here.
There he goes, boys.
Ismail is gone.
One of the more dynamic and versatile players of his time, Rocket Ismail was utilized in a variety of ways for Lou Holt's Notre Dame Fighting Irish. Sometimes you saw him split out wide, other times you saw him in the backfield. Oftentimes you saw him returning both kicks and punts for Notre Dame. When I talked to him earlier today, I asked him about that versatility and whether or not he thought he was a little bit before his time in how he was utilized.
And if I was a big stats guy, yes, but I'm thankful that I came up in the era that I did come up. And the other thing that makes me think about then and now was the teams that we had at Notre Dame. We had so many guys, running backs in high school that were just athletes. And I think if we had that spread system that they do now, a lot more guys would have got a lot more touches. But outside of that, man, I'm thankful for the era I played in, man, and it was a great honor. It was real cool. Real cool.
One of the things that made Rocket Ismail such a special player was how they utilized him at Notre Dame. You saw him often in the backfield, dotting the I behind that fullback in front of him, and we were able to see him utilize his speed and quickness to get to the second level, bounce it outside, then get down the field for a touchdown. So when I asked him about that element of his game and whether or not size is a skill, here's what he had to say.
You know what? First time I saw football, I think I was 5 years old, and I just remember Franco Harris was ingrained in my little 5-year-old self. I didn't know nothing about how big he was, whatever. Something about that number 32. That's what I want to do. That's what I want to be. So, and even when I was younger, maybe even more so than the quarterback, or even on the same level as the quarterback, the running back was the glory position. Franco, Earl Campbell, man, you had Walter Payton, cats like that. So I'm watching all of them. I'm like, that's what I'm going to do. And I didn't realize until later, how I'm a small guy, right? But I never, that just never entered the equation. And the only time I realized how small I was my senior year. We were at the Pennsylvania State track meet, and I just got finished winning, and I'm under the stadium, and I'm holding court with all my boys and the rest of the cats from the stadium. I'm the man, and I was about 5 foot, maybe I might have been 5'9" at the time. I know I weighed 160 pounds, and I'm holding court. They can't touch me. I'm yeah, I'm glorious. I had lost the year before. I got hawked down by this cat named Bob Samuels. So I got revenge this year. I blew everybody out. They thought I was on steroids. And I remember, as I'm talking, holding court under the stadium, everybody's gaze goes from me to above me, and their mouths open up in awe, and I'm yeah, and I'm turning, I'm what everybody looking at? I turn around, bruh. this brother named Ricky Waters, in all of his summer glory, had a tank top on. Man, that brother was bronze black. His shoulder was the size of one of my glutes. Like, and he came in there, you know, about 6'3". He might have been about 220 pounds in off-season weight, like built like a black god, man. I was like, I looked at him, and I was like, wait, he's a running back. And I looked at me, I was like, inside I felt like when a video game hero gets killed, and it's like that, do. Like, I just felt like that inside, and I just like, I turned around, I was like, oh, nice to meet you, Mr. Waters. And that was the only time in my life I felt like, oh, I'm not gonna be a running back when I go to college. But other than that, I never had the thought of, man, you're not gonna be able to make it, you're not gonna be able to do it, because that just wasn't a part of my DNA. But anyway, that was a great time. That was a great time.
Two things that stuck out to me from watching you when I was younger. Two games in particular.
All right.
Obviously, it was no trip or block in the back.
Right. That's what's up. That's what's up. You got yep. Salute to that. Right.
And second, it was the 90 game against Michigan. One thing that just always impressed me about you was at Notre Dame. When the team needed a big play, you had a great sense of the moment.
You know what? When you look at certain players, like there's something about them. There's something and you saying that is exactly right. It's like one of what I brought to the table for our team. Everybody brings something. Everybody has something special. Whether or not they get a chance to realize that or get a chance to see that manifest fully is another thing. But one of the blessings that I was able to see and realize about myself, like when the moment was big and when we really needed it, what God gave me was, okay, I called you to rise to the occasion. And it will, whatever your team is going through, whatever the circumstances happen to be, remember that that's what you have. So, in the big moment, instead of having anxiety or having worry or fear, it's like, yo, I'm made for this. And then it's like, okay, you have courage, and then you can stand up and meet the challenge. So that's a great observation. That's what's up.
Because it's something that a lot of players struggle with. That's why you see a player miss their 4 free throws and they have to make them in the finals. You know what I'm saying? That's why you see guys drop a ball where they're wide open, but you never did that.
Man, you hit it right on the head. And a lot of guys don't. Sometimes you have to learn yourself, and then not only learn yourself, but in certain moments you have to learn how to remind yourself that you have what it takes. And that's something that as you get older you start to zero in on. If you're lucky, when you're younger, if somebody can help you tap into that, man, you can reach your maximum potential. The earlier the better.
For more Football Game Plan interviews, keep it locked here on the Football Game Plan Network, located at youtube.com/Football Game Plan, and also subscribe on iTunes to Football Game Plan Podcast and leave us a 5-star rating.